Hello friends, welcome to NJCT. We are learning social science of 10th standard and we have started with the 4th chapter, that is Literary Heritage of India. In the previous video we talked about literature and language. Now in this video we are going to talk about ancient Indian literature, and in that topic we are going to discuss Ved. The Vedas are the earliest known literature in India. The Vedas were written in Sanskrit and they were handed down orally from one generation to another generation. So, what do you mean by Vedas? Vedas means knowledge. It is a collection of hymns which presents Hindu teaching. So Veda is thought to contain the fundamental knowledge of functions and response to the existence of life. There are 4 Vedas: Rigveda, Samveda, Yajurveda and Atharva Veda. Now we are going to talk about each one in some detail. First of all, we will talk about Rigveda, the most ancient book of Indian literature is the Rigveda. The Rigveda is the oldest known Vedic Sanskrit text. It consists of 1028 verses. Verses is a stanza or group of 4 lines in a poem. It is a wonderful work divided into 10 divisions. Most of the verses are prayers of God. They were used during the yagnas. Among the verses, those worshipping Usha are fascinating. Usha is the goddess of dawn. This work describes political, social and religious matters of Aryans who are residing in the region of Sapta Sindhu. We talked about Aryan in the previous video. The Rigveda describes important matters of Aryans. It is a large collection of hymns in praise of God, which are chanted in various rituals. The next one is Samveda. 3 other Vedas were also composed after Rigveda. Out of that, Samveda was composed to focus on the process of recitation of verses. Hence, it is known as the Gangotri of music. Sama means melody and Veda means knowledge. Thus, Samveda has been described as the book of song or Veda of chant. It basically contains the words of Rigveda in music. So, Samveda is not recited or read, but it is sung. Thus, Samveda is the knowledge of melodies. It focuses on chanting the verses of the Rigveda, and that's why it is known as the Gangotri of music. In fact, the musical patterns in Samveda have been derived from the vibrations of the cosmos. In short, Samveda is Rigveda in musical form. Then the next one is Yajurveda. It is called a Veda of Yagnas. It is composed in both the forms, prose and verse. This describes the hymns recited at the time of Yagnas, the religious practice and rituals. So, the slokas you speak at the time of religious practices, rituals or yagnas are written in Yajurveda. Generally, Yajurveda is the largest collection of Upanishad. It is composed in two forms, prose and verse. So, prose is one part of text that doesn't have a consistent rhythm, while verse is different. Verse has a set rhythm. Words are organized in lines, whereas in prose, words are arranged in sentences which form a paragraph. You can also say that the prose is written by author or writer, while verses are written by a poet. Moving ahead, now we will talk about Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda describes various types of rituals and sanskaras. There are 16 sanskar in Hinduism, and they are mentioned in Atharva Veda. So Atharva Veda describes the procedure for everyday life. It presents a detailed description of the lifestyle of a very early stage of human society. Then moving ahead, we will talk about Upanishad. The Upanishadic literature gives us a vivid description and analysis of the beginning of the universe, mysteries of life and death, materialistic and spiritual world. There are various types of Upanishad. The Upanishads are the philosophical, religious text of Hinduism, and which develop and explain the fundamental beliefs of the religion. It also explains the beginning of the universe, mysteries of life and death, and about spiritual world. Brihadaranya and Chandogya are the earliest Upanishad in the dialogue form. Brihadaranya means forest. So Brihadaranya has been an important work in Vedanta, and it discusses many early concepts and theories to Hinduism such as karma, Atman, etc. And according to Chandogya Upanishad, sun is praised as source of all light and life. It is one of the oldest Upanishad. They are 108 in all, as mentioned in Muktiko Upanishad. So in this video we talked about Vedas. Now in the next video we will talk about Brahmanical literature, Aranyakas and Vedangas.